Hi, good morning and good evening, everyone. So myself, Lakshman, I'll be handling these classes on Fusion Financials. Okay, so just we'll kick start with our demo session. So as a demo session today, we have this listed agenda. We'll be understanding what is a Fusion applications, what is the background of this Fusion applications. We'll be discussing. Then we'll just move to the just concept called as what options are available when we are going to do the implementation with these Fusion applications, which we call as Fusion implementation models or adaptations. The third point we'll be discussing what is the enterprise structure in the Fusion application environment. We'll see that, and we'll understand what is the arc structure with respect to these Fusion applications. Then we'll just light on this rapid implementation process, what exactly the meaning of rapid implementation. Then we'll just switch to the concept called as just we'll try to understand. Anyway, we'll be doing detail level when we are just working on this, but just to give you some idea what exactly this data conversion, how the data conversion process works in Fusion applications compared to EBS, that we'll be discussing. Finally, we'll go through the course content, what we'll be covering throughout this course. So this would be the demo agenda for today discussion, and then we'll just get into this one by one. Cannot hear. Okay. So I got a message. Somebody is not able to hear me. One second. Check. Yeah. Okay. Done. Fine. We'll go through these points one by one. First, we'll try to understand these Oracle Fusion applications. Okay. Fine. I request everyone to mute yourself until unless you have some questions to ask. And the other point is, if you don't have any background noise, you can ask the question. You can unmute yourself and you can ask me the question. Otherwise, you can post the question in the chat window. Okay, fine, done. Okay, first just we'll look into this point. Okay, what is the Fusion applications all about? Okay, when you talk about this Fusion applications, okay, as we know, there are many ERP products in the market. Say from Oracle, we have Oracle EBS, right? E-Business Suite we have, and we have other ERP products called as PeopleSoft. We have many other ERP package products, but I'm taking few as an example. JD Edwards and Cbill. Okay, there are many other, and when you talk about reporting and all, we have Hyperion reporting. Okay, and many other products we have. Primavera for project management solution. This is how we have these. I'm just listing out, these are the ERP products. Along with this ERP product, there are many other applications or products which we can use for enterprise solutions. So when you look at all these ERP products, just whatever I selected, of course these will be part of ERP products. These are not altogether ERP products. Fine. So here the point is, when you talk about these ERP products, so across these ERP products, we can see there will be some specialized area where the product will be very sound as per business requirement. Okay. So in that point of view, when you talk about these ERP products, when you look at our Oracle EBS, okay, this is always best product for the area for financials. Okay, it's a best product for financials. This is the best solution, like from Oracle EBS, the best solution which you can find is financials. And in the same way, when you look at PeopleSoft is offering the best solution for HRMS movements. And when you look into JD Edwards, for procurement. Okay, even for financials also, there are some specialized features which will support the best for the financial process of the organization. And CBL is offering the best solutions for CRM. Okay, CBL is very specialized for CRM. And when you talk about Hyperion, this is a it provides best solution for the planning, means budgeting and reporting capabilities, and Primavera for project management. Okay, so not only these, there are many other ERP products which are well specialized in respective area. But when you look into just all these ERP products, there is no such ERP which will cater the level of best solutions for all the areas. If you take any ERP, you can find one or two areas are well specialized, okay, which will be meeting business requirement very closely, but there is no one ERP which will be just which has a well specialized areas like financials, procurement, HRMS, CRM, and reporting capabilities or project management, etc., etc. So what Oracle did is, as just as we know, I hope everybody aware of this point. What Oracle it is. So this is a anyway. This Oracle EBS is owned by Oracle Corporation. Apart from that, other ERP is all Oracle acquired. Say PeopleSoft Oracle acquired, and JD Edwards Oracle acquired, and Siebel CRM they acquired. Okay, and Hyperion, which is the best solution in the market for planning, budgeting, and reporting, they acquired, and Primavera project management solution also they acquired. All they acquired from the respective ERP competitors or vendors. They acquired. After acquiring, what they did is, okay, they inherited these financials from, okay, financials from EBS, and they taken HRMS solutions, okay, from PeopleSoft, and they taken procurement solutions from JD Edwards, and the CRM solutions they're taken from Siebel, and they taken reporting capabilities from Hyperion, so on. This is how there are many other points to be discussed, but not required just to understand. I'm just outlining these points. So this is how, like, what is when any organization is going with ERP implementation or to maintain their enterprise data, which product will support the best from that product, the area of the solution they taken out, and they consolidated all the specialized solution, and they built ultimate application called as Oracle Fusion Applications. Okay, now if you go with any one ERP product, what happens is you can find one or two areas are specialized. But if you go with Oracle Fusion Applications, you can see all the business solution related products are well specialized, and it will support almost as per the expectation of the company. Of course, if a company has a typical business process, always we should go with the customization. But when you talk about very standard process, the Oracle Fusion application, if company want to use financials, yes, there is a best piece available within the Fusion which Oracle taken from Oracle EBS. If they need HRMS solution within the Fusion, we have HRMS solution which they taken from PeopleSoft, and procurement is available in the Fusion which they taken from JD Edwards, since JD Edwards is the best solution in the market for procurement movements. In the same way, when you talk about the CRM, customer relationship management, its best solution is available from Oracle Fusion Applications, since they're taken from Siebel. In the same way, reporting and all they taken from Hyperion. Okay, so that's how when you look at Oracle Fusion Applications, you can find every solution is very sound. Okay, that's how Oracle built this solution now from by taking the best solutions from the different ERP products. And so you can see in the Fusion applications which you don't find in some other existing ERP products also. Such kind of new features also you can see the respective to different solutions whatever Oracle offering as a Fusion applications. So this is the one point just I want to share with you and talk about what exactly Fusion applications are all about. If anybody has any question on this point, whatever we discussed, you can ask me. My request is, if you don't have any background noise, you can just raise your question. If you have background noise and all, better you can type your question in the chat window, so that we'll be discussing. Okay, and you can ask the question, you can mute yourself, I'll be answering, so that there won't be an issue. Again, if you have some other cross question or anything, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me, please. Anybody has any question on this point? Just I'm talking about what exactly Oracle Fusion applications, how the Oracle Fusion applications built, on what base, what is the background of this. Okay, just I'm giving few examples. There are many other, yeah, many other products, not only just front end applications. They just acquired many other technologies, even cloud services. Oracle acquired the, I mean, server, some technology based acquisitions happened. They taken, many acquisitions are happened. From all the acquisitions which are best uh, products or technologies, whatever we have in the market, many Oracle acquired from that. With the support of all the technologies or the best class products, Oracle built a product called as Fusion Applications. Okay, this is what just I thought of discussing with you, what exactly Oracle Fusion Applications. If anybody has any question on these points, please raise your question so that we can discuss and we can proceed to next step. Any questions on this? Any questions from anyone? Okay, hope it's clear to everyone. I don't hear any. Yeah, please. Somebody seems to they have some question. Any question from anyone, please? Fine, seems to no question. Okay, done. So that's all about Fusion applications. Okay. Okay. Anyway, if you have any question, you can ask me in the later point of time also. That's not an issue. Now just we'll move on to next point here. The bullet point I given here as a Fusion implementation models or adaptations. Okay. Sorry. Just let me format this. Done. Okay, the second point to understand here as a, just let me mark it. Done. So Fusion implementation models or adaptations. Very just high level classification when we are going to do the implementation is, one is on-premise. Okay, and other option we have cloud. Okay, the basic classification, this is a two models we can say. When you go in detail within the cloud, we have different options. Okay, if any company is going to implement this Oracle Fusion applications, what are the different options available, adaptations available? One is client can go with the, or say customer can go with on-premise. Okay, server based deployment, on-premise deployment, or else they can go with the cloud based deployment of their server. We all are well known about on-premise. When we are working on this EBS of 11 or release 12, okay, so almost all the servers will see, the servers will be deployed in the client location. The server is deployed at client location. Okay, that kind of model, if server is deployed at client location, that kind of model we call as on-premise. When you look at on-premise model, okay, what are the challenges, what are the benefits to the client? So when you talk about on-premise, what happens is, here the client has to procure all the server infrastructure, which will be costing too much. Okay, client has to buy all the server infrastructure, and they should have a technical team who will be managing that server. They have to just uh, take the experts like DBAs and some technical team who will be taking care of the server, and that's how it can be done. And one more disadvantage is, one is cost. Okay, they have to invest a lot of cost if they want to go with their own server. If they want to deploy in their premises, they have to just invest a lot for server infrastructure based on the I mean, what is the, I mean, based on the, what is the configuration they require as per their volume of business they do, the data they want to maintain or store, or what performance measurements, all they'll take into the consideration. They'll be buying the infrastructure. Further, they have to invest more. That is the first point. The second point is they should have a strong technical team who will be taking care of the server. I mean to say maintenance. The maintenance also should be done by client. The third option is, since this is on-premise, if the client has operations across the globe, the business users or business will be accessing from the different time zones or different geographies. In that case, definitely they will be having experience of some performance related issues. Since server is deployed in India or US, if the users are accessing from the different countries, definitely system will take the through that connectivity. It will take some time, and response time or some performance issues will come into the picture. So these are all we can see. And third point, for these I can say as a disadvantages, as we know very well these points. And other point I can say, what is a great advantage? They can have a great security on their business data. Okay, since they're deployed in their locations and they're taking care of, they're doing their maintenance and all, there won't be any risk for the data what they are doing the business. Whatever the sensitive data related to their business, all the data will be secured and there won't be any much risk for that. So that is the advantage of on-premise. Fine. A simple point to highlight again. So on-premise means there will be physical server. There will be physical server which is maintained by client. When you talk about cloud model, in cloud what happens is there won't be any physical server. Will be maintained by client. Okay. In cloud model, what happens is client can client can have a virtual server. Okay, now on-premise client will be having the physical server which they have to buy and they have to deploy and they have to install and they have to do the maintenance, etc., everything. But if client is going to opt cloud option for their Fusion application implementation, client no need to procure any server infrastructure. The server infrastructure can be provided by cloud computing company. Okay, cloud computing company can provide the server infrastructure. Now we can say Oracle is one of the biggest cloud computing company because Oracle acquired the cloud computing solutions. Okay, who are the big players in the market, the vendors who are there in the market, Oracle acquired them. Okay, now Oracle itself big cloud computing company. So if any client is going for Fusion implementations, so the client can opt cloud services from Oracle. In that scenario, what happens is, so as per the client requirement, Oracle can create virtual server, and the virtual server will be residing internet as a source. That means no physical server. In case of cloud, there will be virtual server. With the physical server, what client can do, all can be done by virtual server. Just you don't see the server as physically existed somewhere. So cloud computing company can create one server for you as internet source. What is the background how or a cloud computing company will create it? They will be maintaining very big missions which can generate servers as per the configuration whatever the client required. That is some technical part that we don't require. Simple point is virtual servers can be maintained by cloud computing company. However, you will be using the physical server in the same way virtual server can be used. Where virtual server will be residing? Virtual servers will be residing as internet as a source. So wherever you have internet, okay, you can think there you have your server. So the connectivity and performance will be very high when you compare with the on-premise server. Okay, on-premise server. Okay, that is a one point. And other point is when you talk about data security, now Oracle is taking care of high level of data security. You can see in the market, I mean, a few of the banks also are opting Fusion Financials or Fusion other products, okay, with the option of or model of cloud. Okay, then you can understand the financial organization, banking sector also just going with the kind of cloud solutions from Oracle means how secure the data Oracle is taking care of. We can understand based on that point. Okay. Here the advantage is if any client is going with the cloud, they no need to invest for server infrastructure. The maintenance also will be done by Oracle only, and there will be great for performance for the system when users are accessing. Means the users will have a great experience in terms of accessing the system and performing the respective transaction. Even response also will be very kind of high performance users can have, since the servers will be deployed in the internet as a source. So wherever you have internet, you can think there you have server. In case of on-premise, that will be residing somewhere. It's always fixed. Okay, I request. I can hear some noise. I request to mute yourself. Okay, I done that. Fine. Fine. Okay. So when you talk about security, also Oracle is there to take care of your data security. Okay. So this is what, just to understand what exactly on-premise and what is the meaning of cloud. Again, within the cloud we have a different options. Okay, when you talk about cloud, just there are different models, different options available, but we don't require much that more into technical. Being a functional consultant, what level of knowledge we require, I'm going to just share those 1 or 2 points. Within the cloud we have a different options. If any client is going for cloud option, there are different adoptions available within that. Those are, one is SaaS model. SaaS stands for software as a service. Okay, one is SaaS and second one is PaaS. Platform as a service. Okay, platform as a service. Okay, basically these are the two models which we have to understand. So when you go with the cloud, okay, cloud in the sense you are not going to buy any server infrastructure. The virtual server will be provided by Oracle, and the maintenance also will be taken care by Oracle. You no need to acquire any DBAs or a technical staff who will be taking care of this infrastructure or server maintenance. Again, the server will be deployed in internet as a source, and they'll take care of security. Done. So again here, if you go with the SaaS, software as a service, what happens is, here you will be just your server, I mean your virtual server will be residing in the cloud environment. You can start using. For user base you may pay to the Oracle. Okay, user base you may pay to the Oracle. Here you may not take the license. That depends on how you are going to have a contract with Oracle, agreement with the Oracle, terms and conditions. Accordingly you can use. You can, as per your business requirement, you can configure this instance and you can start using. Since you are using that software, you can pay user base, or you can take the subscription of some periodic base, maybe for 1 year or 2 year, or else user base you can take it. But the disadvantage in SaaS model is customizations are not allowed. If you go with the SaaS model, okay, you may not take the license for product also. You may not take the license for product. You can just you can just implement as per your business requirement. You start using. For usage base you can make the payment to Oracle. Means software as a service. You can use the software for the service. You can make the payment to Oracle. Everything will be taken care by Oracle only. In SaaS model, what happens is Oracle is maintaining. Oracle is taking care of maintenance. You don't need to take the license, etc. Just you have to take the subscription, user base or periodic base. In this scenario, when you are using, if Oracle is going to release new version, automatically your environment will get upgraded automatically. Okay, when you go with the SaaS model, if Oracle is going to release new version, Oracle will take care of auto upgrade for your environment. Okay, that is possible in the SaaS. But typically when you look into some big clients like say GE or Cisco or Emerson, there are many big clients in the market which we can see who are using already our Oracle R12 or 11i products. If such kind of clients wants to go with the Fusion applications, as we know, like their business process, when we look into their business process, definitely let them choose any ERP product as per their business process. Many processes need to be customized. So without customizing the product, any product what they want to use, they cannot proceed with their business practices or business processes flows which they are following in their current business. For that reason, definitely there should be some environment, there should be some platform which allows them to do the customizations as per their requirement. So for such kind of clients, Oracle is offering the cloud solution with a PaaS model. Here they'll provide one platform where as per their business requirement, they can do all their customizations and they can start using the product. Okay, so this is what just we can understand. If client is going with a SaaS, okay, that is nothing but software as a service. They cannot do any customizations within the product which is available. They can do the required configuration, they can start using that. For that, as a subscription base, they can pay to the Oracle. But if company wants to do the customization, it's very complex business process. In that case, the best option, company can go with the PaaS model. The PaaS model will support all the customization whatever they want to do. It can be SaaS or PaaS model. You can do the third party integrations. For that, there is no restriction. Okay, we'll discuss on that when we talk about integrations. What are the different options are available? When we get into this course and all, we'll be discussing that. I'll be taking as a separate section. Okay, so this is all about on-premise and cloud. Within the cloud, these are different options. We have few more options, but more those are into more technical. We don't no need to get into that. These points will just will give some information to understand how things works. Nowadays, you can see the most of the clients are using SaaS model. Okay, you can see most of the clients are using SaaS model. You may see few clients who are the PaaS model, who has to do the customizations and all. Okay, so this is all about fusion implementation models. If any company is going with a fusion implementation, so they are going with a most of the clients, 99% you can see all clients are going with a cloud base. On premise, you can just count the clients on fingers. Okay, those many clients are there on premise, but okay, even if they might be running on premise now, definitely they'll be moving to cloud. Okay, so that's what happening in the market. When I talk about Oracle Fusion applications, Oracle say Fusion Financials, or else let me call Oracle Fusion Financials, and other term let me say Oracle Cloud. Okay, Cloud Financials. Okay, there is no big difference between these two terms, Oracle Fusion Financials or Oracle Cloud Fusion Financial. There is no big difference. It's all about where the server is deployed, the server where it is residing. Okay, the Fusion applications, Oracle Fusion applications, the product name, whatever they given for the financial family of the products. But if that applications you are going to run, that server you are going to run on the on-premise environment, simply you will be calling as Fusion Financials. And if the server is deployed in the cloud environment, simply just based on deployment we are giving the name. If you are going to deploy in the server and cloud environment, okay, here that product you can call as Oracle Cloud Fusion Financials. It's all about if you deployed in the cloud environment, that it can be any application. It can be financials or procurement or HCM. You will be calling, you will be adding the term as cloud, since those applications are deployed in the cloud environment. If those are not deployed, just you can remove the term and you can call with the respective name. That's how it's different. There is no functionality wise, there won't be any difference. And when you talk about these models, if you go with on-premise, customizations are allowed, because you will be having total ownership and control and all the privileges to do any kind, just to play with that application. Okay, but if you go with the cloud, if you opt SaaS model, okay, other than just small personalizations kind of things, other than personalizations and small slight changes, you cannot go with any big customizations. But integrations, any third party integrations are allowed. If you go with a PaaS model, okay, it will be in the cloud environment. However, you can do the customizations. If you have on premise, in the same way you'll be able to do all the customizations. You can just do whatever you require as per business requirement. That's how these two terms are different. Based on deployment, we'll be adding that cloud, or we'll be removing the cloud from the respective that offering. That's what. Okay, any questions on this? You can ask me, we'll discuss. Any questions on this? What exactly cloud and the models or adoptions and SaaS, PaaS, etc., etc. If you have any questions, you can ask me. We can discuss now. Any questions?
Lakshman,
Yep.
this is Vidyasagar.
Yeah, Vidyasagar,
Are
please.
you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Vidyasagar. Tell
Yeah,
me.
you said that most of the clients they are using SaaS model only, right?
Yep.
But say for example, if three different types of clients are there, one belong to automotive sector, one manufacturing, and some IT services like that means, then without customizing, how commonly they can use this application?
How?
How commonly means how they can use this stock product? Because I mean each and every organization or sector they might be having different fields or areas in finance, whether it could be in finance or in HR.
Yep. See, that's true. But see here, what most of the clients are doing is you can just mute yourself. Meantime, just I'll be answering, please. Because
Sure.
yeah, fine. To answer to your question, how the clients are using. See, before just they are going with this fusion application, they'll look into that the possibilities of how the solution is offered from the fusion and all. Once they are okay with that, they'll be moving on that. I mean, at that moment, at the time of implementation, there is no great flexibility where they can go with the customization if they are okay, because customizations in the sense the reports and all can be customized. Only you cannot go with the some forms customization. You cannot create new form and these and all other interfacing concept and everything will work. If you want to capture some additional information, anyway we have DFF and all. Only the when I talk about customization, the simple point here is the client cannot go ahead with the some form development. Majorly form development, reports and all can be customized. That is just they given the BI environment, business intelligence. Through that, whatever the custom reports you can do, all can be done. Only here if I say customization, mostly that will be referring some form development, because fusion application completely web based now. There is no form you can see in the instance environment. It's a single user interface. You don't need to open multiple forms or web pages. Nothing you have to do here. So only ADF forms cannot be developed as per your requirement, except that rest of everything you can do in this environment. Okay. So the most of the clients nowadays you can see, except a few clients, the most of the clients are, it's a the most of the clients which they are using just for whose business this standard application supports, those clients started using this application. As I said, a few clients who don't find the flexibility of proceeding with the same standard of functionality, they are definitely opting for SaaS model. Okay. So this is what just happening in the market. Because see, if you can take a different line of businesses, vertical of businesses, definitely there, as per there is business process. Almost see, when you talk about Oracle, it will support for different vertical of businesses. Okay. As per their business process, there will be some custom process and all they have to do. Okay, which may be possible to just manage with the standard application. Okay, after doing the proper evaluation only they'll be opting for this product and all. If they find a challenge where this cannot be handled with the standard application, definitely they have Oracle is having an option called as pass. Definitely they can go with that. What the point I'm trying to say is, most of the implementations happening, those are happening on the SaaS model. I'm not saying there is no implementation happened or happening with the pass model. There are few compared to that. Okay, because now this the market is growing, but initially the people are going with the SaaS model with the cloud. And still there are few clients who are using on-premise. If you have some concerns on, there are different vertical of businesses they have, and the business process rest of things are I mean totally change different. In that case they can go with on-premise. We have a different options. Okay, after proper evaluation of the product, and by just doing the high level mapping with their business process, they can choose, they can take the decision whether they want to go with on-premise or cloud or pass model. Okay, when I say like most of the clients are using SaaS, for whom it is best fit, they are choosing this. And just there are many other companies who are just still in the process of taking the decision whether they want to go with the pass or on-premise or SaaS only. This is how it's happening. Okay. Vidyasagar, any question you want to raise or any point?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So you mean to say almost, I mean, in generic way, suppose if three organizations or four organizations are there, in a generic way, if there are not much changes, means then they can go for SaaS. Or
Yeah.
else,
Exactly.
specifically if more modifications need to be done or some other thing, then they can go for either on-premise or PaaS.
Correct. What they do, the first they do the evaluation. Why they are choosing SaaS means there is a great advantage to the customer. When Oracle is releasing the new version, automatically auto upgrade can be possible. In EBS, we know. Again, we have to do as a separate activity this upgradation and all. If they go with the SaaS model, that is advantage. As we know, Oracle is never recommend customization, but still we have to do to meet the business requirement. We will be doing that, but here when they are choosing, they look at the benefit also. Is there any other possibility through some workaround they can manage that, or any other? They'll just look for, they do too much of evaluations, etc. Then they will come up I mean the level of where they can choose what would be the best for them in all the aspects. That's how it happened. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions?
Hello.
Yeah, Suresh. Who is speaking?
Yeah, Lakshman. This was my question. You said like the SaaS and PaaS need.
No, 1 second. May I know who is speaking? Because I can see two people are unmuted. Who is speaking?
Yes, I said Suresh Lakshman.
Suresh only. Okay. Virendra also I can see. Yeah, please now. Tell. Suresh.
Lakshman, you said like without customizations you can go for SaaS, and with customizations you can go. You need to go for PaaS. So just want to know, is this a decision which we need to take before we opt for these cloud services, or once after opting for SaaS, after later point of time find some customizations are needed, can we switch to PaaS?
No. Yeah, SaaS. Yes, that's a good question. First, you can opt SaaS. Then from SaaS to you can switch to PaaS also. But if because here there are no customization, right? You will be moving to PaaS, then it will allow you to do some add-on customizations. That is possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. From PaaS, it is not possible to switch to SaaS.
So because already you are in the custom environment, right?
You have already customized.
Yes, customized. If you move to SaaS, when Oracle is going to upgrade, that is a big challenge for Oracle. They cannot take into consideration from each and every customer for this upgrade.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
Hi, Lakshman.
Yeah, Virendra.
So I have some query.
Please.
So if we are using the cloud, so how the Oracle will give the test environment or something? Because before implementing, we have to do something now of the initial testing or something.
Simple. In traditional implementation, how will get the test environment? It's all about they'll create one instance within the server environment. They'll create one copy and they'll provide separate URL, right?
Yes.
That's all. In the same way here also they'll be giving separate URL which they'll be creating some instance, some copy of the same environment, and they'll be giving. You can just start with testing and conducting CRP, UATs, rest of activities, and once you make sure that you can just ask Oracle to give you the production based environment, then you can start doing the configuration. Simple task. How will be having development instance, test instance, production instance as per our requirement and plan landscape? The DBA will create and they'll provide. The same way here we are not going to have any DBA, and all the tasks will be done by Oracle. So based on a request, Oracle will be providing. First you can get that test environment, then you can start doing all these evaluations, and you can present to the client, and you can do all this testing, execution, etc. Once everything is working fine, once we make sure that everything is fine, once we get sign off from the client, we'll be asking Oracle to provide the fresh environment. How will be just getting some support from our dedicated DBA will be working for our project. The same way Oracle is there to help on all these activities. So that's what.
If you want to take the back.
Yep. Sorry?
If you want to take the backup, what we need to do? We need to raise an SR from.
No. We don't have any rights to take the backup and all. Everything will be done by Oracle only. You don't need DBA for this.
Okay.
DBA, see, when I talk about, yeah, please.
If we are using the Oracle EBS 11i, so if there are any application, we can use our custom integrations to post the data from other
No, I lost your voice. I'm sorry. Could you please repeat? Hello.
So if we are using the cloud, what is the in the transactions
Sorry,
like if I
Vilinder.
have the business
There
of
is a lot
retail?
of breakage in your voice. I don't understand properly. Once again, if you don't mind, can you repeat it?
Yeah. So if we are using the Oracle retail product, we
Okay.
have the RMS that was extra systems. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a base integration with Oracle Artwork.
Yeah.
So currently we are using that one. So if we want to upgrade to Fusion.
Yeah.
So how the integration would be?
See, you are talking about
How we can achieve that?
upgradation or integration.
Yeah, because as
No,
of now we are using Artwork, but still we want to use the Oracle retail.
okay, yes, you can do that. See, whatever the Oracle products are owned by Oracle, what are the Oracle products you have? For those pre-packaged integrations are available from Oracle. Okay, what exactly, which pre-packaged integrations are readily available from Oracle? We'll be talking about when I talk about integration with the cloud or Fusion. In that session, I'll be covering detail level. So just to give you the quick answer to your question, yes, that is possible. The existing applications you can run, still you can connect with the Fusion. It can be cloud or on-premise, anything possible. But there is no solution from Oracle to upgrade from 11i to Fusion or R12 to Fusion. Okay, that is not that solution is not in the scope as of now from Oracle. Fine.
I think there is a product called FH Fusion Accounting Hub.
Yeah, that is
From
separate.
Oracle
Separate.
Artwork.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay.
Tell me, Virender. What? Yeah, FH we have.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. That FH means in R12 we call it Financial Accounting Hub. In Fusion we are calling it Fusion Accounting Hub. So that also, if you are using that same, that can be connected with the Fusion also. Okay, or else straight away we have in Fusion also that solution is available. Anything you can do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, please? Any other questions from any other participant? Fine. Seems to no question. We'll just move on to the next point to discuss. So we'll talk about Fusion Enterprise Structure. Okay. So when we talk about Fusion Enterprise Structure, we know very well how the enterprise structure is maintained in EBS. Right. Seems to somebody are unmuted. Anil Kumar. Fine. Let's try to understand this point. Okay, Fusion Enterprise Structure. So in R12, in EBS, what we are calling as multi-org. Okay, the same multi-org, just the term name they changed as a enterprise structure. Okay, in Fusion we call as enterprise structure. In EBS we are calling as multi-org structure. When you look at multi-org structure in EBS, what is the hierarchy we have? We have a business group. Okay, so we have a business group. Under business group we have a primary ledger. Under primary ledger we have legal entity. The legal entity we have operating unit. Under operating unit we have a inventory organization. Okay, typically this is a multi-org structure which we can see in the EBS environment. Okay, so when I talk about Fusion Enterprise, almost similar way they given, but the naming convention, there are some other points need to be understood. Fine. Here what we have as per enterprise structure, on top level will be having enterprise. Under enterprise we have a division concept. Under divisions we'll have a primary ledger. Under primary ledger we have legal entity. Under legal entity we'll be having the business units. Under business units we have a inventory organization. Okay, typically this would be the enterprise structure in the Fusion environment. So here we know what is the purpose of business group. just which we can map it. We'll be mapping HR application this level to maintain employee related information. So in EBS environment, we can create a number of multiple business groups. But when you talk about Fusion, in one instance, you can have only one enterprise. If client is going to have the operations in the multiple countries, the group name you can create as enterprise name, but under enterprise, to segregate and to secure and to maintain your employee related information, there is separate concept called as the legislative data group. With the legislative data group, you can manage your country specific HR information. That means that legislative data group you can map with the business group concept in multi-org in R12. Okay, but here enterprise in the top level will be having it won't be any specific to any country. It's a global definition. The instance level will be defining under that. If the group is going to have operations in the multiple countries, country specific will be creating the legislative data groups. That's how we'll be managing. And when you talk about division, a division is a new concept here. We know like a division we can have as a part of chart of accounts, but if the division is going to be within, where the division information can be managed within the country. But in the Fusion environment, division they given as an option at structure level also. That means the division here, the best example for a division is your each and every line of business you can take as a separate division. Say the company is into consulting services and say automobiles and textiles. If you take these different vertical of businesses, the textiles they can take as a one division, and consulting services they can take as separate division, and automobiles they can take as separate division, so that the division wise they can track the business and even they can do the reporting. That can be possible with the division. That is one option we have for division. Other option is some geographies they can take as each separate divisions. If company is doing the global business, okay, some APAC and EMEA, different regions, those you can take a separate division. That level you can capture all the business related transactions, and you will be able to do the reporting across the globe, what are the business you are operating, which division, how the division is performing, and that kind of analysis you can do, and you can just produce the reports also if you can have a concept called as division as a part of your enterprise structure. And primary ledger, as we know, it remains same. Okay, primary ledger, which is a transaction entity to capture the business transaction in every application, and legal entity, it remains same, where legal employer, it's all about company registration information, how many registration client has will be managing. And the business units, the operating unit name they changed to business unit, and slightly their business unit functions and all that we'll be discussing when we start working on the system. But just as a part of enterprise structure in our R12 or EBS operating unit, here we are calling as business unit. Under a business unit, same as EBS, here we'll be having the inventory organization. So typically this is the enterprise structure in the Fusion environment. Out of this, division is not mandatory. Okay, division is not mandatory. So when division is not mandatory, almost the structure will remain as a EBS structure only. Okay, enterprise, it's not exactly equal to business group. Enterprise equal to one or multiple business groups, but here business group means one business group. Okay, within the enterprise we have a legislative data group. With that you can manage the multiple business groups concept in Fusion environment. Okay, so that's how you can understand. Okay, these are the points to understand when you talk about enterprise structure in Fusion environment. Any questions on this, you can ask me, we'll discuss. Fine, no question, done. So just we'll move on to other point. Here, Oracle Fusion architecture.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Hi, Lakshman. So I have a question around division.
Yeah, please.
So for example, if we have multiple divisions in a company, so let's say I have consulting and financial division.
Yep.
So both are linked to a single primary ledger. So how does the reporting work in that case? So how do I segregate the data based on the division?
Yeah, in that case, you no need to go with the division concept as a part of structure. The division you can manage within your chart of accounts. Here, division, when you talk about, that's what. If you are going to manage your divisions across the countries, go at structure level. If you want to manage your divisions concept for a specific country where that is mapped with a specific primary ledger, then you can go with the division as one of the segment within your chart of accounts. That's how it works.
So are you saying that if I have multiple divisions, I must have multiple primary ledgers?
No, I'm not saying like that. How you are going to provide the solution. Tell me that, just let me ask one question. You have divisions. You have divisions, that the divisions are you have within the country?
Yeah, let's say yes. For example, okay,
Yeah.
let's take an example that I have a company. Let's say the operations is in India, and within India, let's say I have two divisions, division 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and both the divisions are linked to single primary ledger, for example.
Okay.
But when it comes to the reporting and data entry, how do I segregate the transactions across divisions?
Yeah,
In that
because
case?
here in Fusion environment in EBS we have only one balancing segment, right? Balancing segment flex will qualify, right?
Yeah,
In Fusion we have three, so you can map one
correct.
balancing to division, then you will be able to track.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Yeah, we'll see that. We'll be working on that. We'll see up to 3 levels. You will be able to track the business transaction. You can get balanced everything.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. So then we'll look into that Oracle Fusion architecture. Okay. Before we look into this Fusion architecture and all, we'll just have some just we'll light on what is the architecture we have in EBS. It's a very simple architecture. We'll have a Oracle applications. Okay, we'll have a database. Okay, we have a database. On top of it we have a Oracle applications. So here there will be direct communication between the database and application. The part of database, I can see somebody is unmuted. I can see the noise. I request you everyone, please make sure that there is no noise from your side. If you have some question, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask me. Anil, I request you again, you are unmuting yourself. Please mute yourself. Okay, any question you can ask me. That time you can just do this action. Done. So when you talk about EBS, so it's a simple architecture, right? We have applications and we have a database. There is tight connectivity between these applications and database. So whatever the activity you are doing through application, directly that will hit the database. And if you want to set some rules or policies or condition, anything, that everything you have to manage within that application only. Or else there could be some other application which will be just governing that conditions or rules which you are just managing within the application. So this is how architecture we can see in the EBS environment. Here in this application level, we'll have a GL, AP, AR applications. When I talk about database, we are using Oracle database. That. So there will be good communication between, there will be direct communication between the applications and the database. But when you look at our Fusion architecture, you can see like this. We'll have a Oracle Fusion applications, and we'll have Oracle Fusion database. Simple, let's say Oracle database. Okay, database. So it's a similar to EBS application database. Here also we have application database. To manage and to monitor and to control and to set security, okay, very granular level, what Oracle did is in between they introduced the concept called as middleware. So when you look at our EBS, we have application database. But when you look at Fusion, we have applications, we have a database, on top of it we have middleware, and again we have Oracle Fusion application. The connectivity between the Fusion applications and database will happen through middleware. Through middleware, everything we can monitor and control, and we can just set up all the business processes, all the integrations, rest of things can be done through middleware. We'll just see these points one by one. When you talk about Fusion applications, here we have a application like GL, AP, AR, CM, FA, and so on. Okay, we know just there are many applications we have, like procurement related, project related application, many applications we have as a part of Fusion applications. And when you talk about database, okay, okay, let's go with the middleware. The middleware, what we have a different tools, or you can call them as a middleware components, or you may call as applications also, nothing wrong. You can call with any name. Basically, we call them as a middleware components. Technically, the functionality point of view, you can say tools or applications. As a part of middleware, we have few applications. Those are, say, IDM. This you can call as IDM or OAM, and APM, okay, and UCM, and you have a SOA, BPL, and so on. So just there are many other applications, many other components or many tools we have. And when you talk about database, we have here in Fusion environment, we have Oracle database, and we have S-based database also. Okay, this is how we have. When you look at Fusion architecture, this is how the architecture built by Oracle. So on the layer of application, Fusion applications will have all the functional applications, and in the middleware level, you can say you have an application which are more into administration related applications. Okay, and database, we have Oracle database and S-based database. We don't have to discuss much on this Fusion applications. These are the applications how in EBS we are using the same way. But when you talk about this middleware, what is the purpose of these middleware components or tools or these technical components? We'll just go through one by one. Okay, when you talk about IDM, IDM stands for Identity Manager. Identity Manager. Just for the same, we have other name as OIM. OIM stands for Oracle Identity Manager. Okay, so these with this OIM or IDM, what we can do, you can do the user management. You can create the users and you can assign the roles. What are the roles required for a user? Okay, and the rest of other activities also we can perform. That we'll see detail level. As of now, just simple point I want to share with you is, with the IDM you can create the users and you can manage with the roles. In EBS, what we'll do, we have a system administrator responsibility. There you can create the users and you can assign the responsibilities, and rest of user management activities can be done within the sysadmin. Now I can say this OM or IDM equal to sysadmin in EBS. Okay, that's how we'll do it. So in Fusion environment, what happens is there is no concept called as responsibility. Everything will be managed with the concept called as roles. Okay, what are the different type of roles we have, and etc. We'll be discussing in the tomorrow session. Okay, so basically in IDM, what will create users and will be assigning the roles, what roles user require as per their job in the organization. Done. And APM. APM stands for Authorization Policy Manager or Management. Okay, Authorization Policy Manager, you may call it as Access Policy Manager also, anything you can call it. What is the use of this APM? In EBS environment, if you want to create the custom role, custom menu or custom request group or anything, where we'll be creating within the sysadmin. And all the seeded menus also will be available to create the responsibilities within the sysadmin. But when you talk about Fusion applications, so what are the roles? Here we don't have any concept called as menus. Here we have a concept called as roles. Okay, Raja, I'm not able to hear your voice. Just 1 second. Let me answer to him. Please check your audio connectivity. Please select computer audio option. Done. Okay, fine. I'm sorry for that. Okay, APM means Authorization Policy Manager. Through APM, what we can do is, okay, in the IDM, just we can create users and we can assign the roles, but all roles can be maintained and managed within APM. Through IDM, you can assign to the user, but basically all roles will be managed within the APM. If you want to create the custom role, or else if you want to manage which roles are applicable for which application, the role templates and role management and custom roles definition, everything can be done from APM. This will see very detailed level when you are working on the application. Okay, so this IDM just for user creation and role assignment. Here we'll be managing the roles, we'll create the custom roles. There are different type of roles that we'll be discussing in detail when we are working. So that's all about APM. And when I talk about UCM, okay, UCM stands for Universal Content Management. Content Management. So this basically will come into the picture primarily when we are dealing with the data uploads, exports or imports. That will discuss detail level. This is one of the application or tool where it will work as a something like staging tables in EBS environment. So it is, you can map this similarity, you can compare with the staging concept. we'll discuss detail level. Anyway, we'll be working on this relevant concept. At that time, we'll discuss more where it will come into the picture and all. The rest of SOA, service oriented architecture, BPL, business process execution language, these completely falls into technical side. So at the middleware, these are the different tools available related to functional side, and SOA, BPL, and many components we have as a part of middleware, which falls under technical. And if you want to do any customizations, in Fusion, what we have to do is that you should do through middleware only. In EBS case, what we do straight away, we'll be doing we'll write the sub interface, and we'll be mapping with the say payables open interface directly, or say auto invoice interface directly, to just pull the data into respective application from other sources. But in Fusion case, directly we are not going to connect through this we are not directly connecting to the respective applications. Any integrations you want to do, that has to be managed by middleware only. Through middleware only, you'll be doing all these, the web services or many other kind of technical components are available in the middleware, which will support the best forever kind of integrations or business flows. So let me add one more here, like we have other BPM. Okay, BPM also one of the application or tool within the middleware. The BPM stands for business process management. It's nothing but, as per our EBS AME, approval management engine, workflows. Okay, all the workflows will be managed, means all the complete the workflow process, business process management can be done through middleware only. Okay, that's how it happens. So these are all are the middleware components. When we are working with this application, definitely we should touch all these for data imports and exports, this to set the approvals for journals or payable invoices or purchase orders, and all will be setting anyway. And through APM we'll be creating the custom roles. Here definitely we'll be creating the users, will be assigning the roles. This is what we'll be doing. And when you talk about database, when you look at the EBS, we have just Oracle database, which will be storing the transactional data. Okay, and since Oracle acquired Hyperion, so in the Hyperion related reporting capabilities also available in the Fusion applications. If it's just simple example, when I talk about EBS FSE, financial statement generator, that is replaced with financial reporting studio, FRS. Okay, financial reporting studio, FRS. Okay, our FSE is replaced by this FRS, Financial Reporting Studio. This Financial Reporting Studio, that reporting features they taken from Hyperion. So when I talk about Hyperion, that is the best tool or product available in the market for reporting. So since we are going to use this feature require always for reporting summarized balances only. Once you record any transaction, the transactional based information will get stored in the Oracle database. From there, automatically the summarized balances information will be submitted to S-based database. So if you are going to generate any report, system will be fetching the reporting related data from S-based tables only. Okay, basically there we call as cubes, multi-dimensional cubes and all. Once we get into that relevant concept, we'll discuss more on that. But for now, this just simple point I want to discuss with you. Okay, and this is what just we have here to understand. When you talk about Fusion architecture, these are the points need to be considered. We have a application layer and middleware layer and a database layer, and this between this application and database, what are the communication will take place, all can be managed, controlled and monitored by middleware. And you can set up many rules or policies, and you can build here, and you can build business processes and non-Oracle applications or other Oracle related other version of the products, that can be R12 or 11i or other Oracle acquired products or third-party applications. Monitoring and controlling process can be done through middleware only. There is no options where straight away you can connect some other Oracle or non-Oracle application with these applications. Okay, within the Fusion, what are the other applications we have? Those also just those are connected to these respective application. That connectivity also takes place established through this middleware only. Okay, so that's what now middleware is playing the big role in the application or Fusion application environment. Okay, so that's all about Fusion architecture. If anybody has any questions on this, you can raise your point, then we'll discuss. Any questions on this? Any questions from anyone? Fine. I don't see any questions. Then we just will move into this rapid implementation process. When you are working on the application, we'll see more into this. Just I want to introduce this term for the purpose and all. So when you talk about rapid implementation, it's a simple thing. Here in Fusion environment, what Oracle is doing, they are just giving some spreadsheets. So when you talk about EBS, what we do is in EBS we have to go and create everything. We'll be creating the primary ledgers, chart of accounts, values will be entering, or else of course only chart of account segment values, in the sense you can load by using the data loader or some other external tools. But in the Fusion environment, your legal entities, primary ledger, and business units, or inventory organizations, and rest of lot of other information, we have a great flexibility where we can directly load into the application. For that, Oracle is providing spreadsheets. Okay, Oracle is providing spreadsheets. By using that spreadsheets, okay, just you can just fill the data in the spreadsheet quickly. You can load that information to the system. That can be any environment. It can be test environment, or development environment, or production environment. In any environment, you can simply you can load it, or you can export from the environment. That data you can import into other environment. That kind of great flexibility we have. That process basically will be calling as a rapid implementation process, which supports for quick implementations and all. Okay, how far it is working in reality, whether we should go with that, if you go with that, what areas we have to go, for which areas we have this feature available, where it is not available, what data we can load, what are the different options we have within that, we'll see when we are working on that, when we are just once we get into this course. Okay, just it's all about simple point here. I want to share with you rapid implementation, nothing but here Oracle is providing the spreadsheets. Instead of just taking the navigation in the system environment and clicking on some create option and entering some data, going to next tab, or filling some field and again opening something else and entering this, instead of doing this kind of big exercise, all the fields are they are giving in the spreadsheet. Simply you can input all the data, so you can load into the system. So that kind of practice they are giving as a rapid implementation process. Okay, so that's what we call as rapid implementation or Fusion environment. From Oracle side, there is another concept called rapid implementation that is totally different from this. That is not there in a Fusion environment, but there is another practice from Oracle which we call as rapid implementation. By using some accelerator tools, we will be able to load all the data into the system. System will auto configure the entire application environment. That's totally different now, that anyway we don't see here. Okay, we'll just more speak about it when you start working on this. Okay, so now we don't need to spend much time for this, and just I want to give you very just good future which everybody love it in the Fusion environment, in the Fusion applications. Okay, hello.
Lakshman, I think few people not able to hear you.
Sorry.
I think few people not able to hear you. This
Now let me
in the chat.
let me just see the two people asked me just they are not able to hear. I just given some suggestions what needs to be done. I don't see any just reply from them. I hope they are able to hear me. If somebody is not able to hear, they'll be just definitely pinging. They don't connect,
Oh.
or they don't be ideal here. Okay, that fine. Fine, now just we'll talk about data conversion process. Okay, before we get into this process, just we'll see what is the traditional data conversion process which we follow in R12 or 11 EBS. In EBS, what we do is we'll prepare the data templates, right? We'll prepare data templates, and business users, they'll fill with the data. We'll share these templates to technical team. They'll be converting into CSV or other compatible formats, any other flat files. Then what they do is they'll be creating the staging tables. Okay, they'll create the staging tables. They'll do a lot of coding, right? They'll do a lot of coding to extract data from CSV other files, then they'll populate data into staging tables. They'll do a lot of coding for data validation. Okay, they'll do lot of coding for data validation. Then again they'll do some coding, means programming, to populate staging table data. Whatever the data in the staging table, the data they'll be populating from staging table to open interfaces. Finally, we'll be importing the data. Import data into base tables by using some standard program. This is the typical process which you follow in every EBS environment, EBS related project. It can be finance or SCM or any offering or any business area will follow this kind of standard process. Now, simple point is, to do all these activities, we definitely require technical consultant. Without technical resource, you cannot perform this activity for any area. Now, in the Fusion environment, we don't need any technical consultant. Whatever these activities are done by technical consultants in EBS, by writing this coding, programming, etc., extracting, converting and all, without writing the programming, all these activities can be done by functional consultants. You don't need to remember this process when you are going to work on Fusion. It's a simple process. Any data, it can be transactional data or master data. Okay, all the templates, you can download the templates from, okay, simple. First what we'll do is, say for example, I want to just do the data conversion for payables. That means we have to convert open invoice into master data of the suppliers. In that case, I'll be downloading those templates. Download templates from Oracle website. Okay. Okay, OER, Oracle Enterprise Repository. Okay, I'll show you that link and all. Will be just go through that. Okay, we have to download all the templates from Oracle OER, Oracle Enterprise Repository. Okay, Oracle Enterprise Repository, from that website will be downloading. After downloading, just what we'll do, we'll give it to the business users by just, if required, we'll explain them what is the field mapping with their current system and what in which field which data they have to enter and everything. Just will provide some overview on that and we'll be sharing with them. Then we'll collect the data. Simple point, let me say, we'll download this template, we'll be giving to the business users, then we'll collect the data. Collect data from business users. Okay, generally what we have to prepare the templates, but in the Fusion environment we no need to prepare. Oracle already prepared with all the validations. That template simply we have to download and give it to the business users and collect the data from them. After that, we can convert into CSV. Within the template, we'll be having option just to convert the template into CSV file. Once we convert, what technical people are doing, converting, they are creating the staging table, they are populating the data into staging tables by writing a lot of programming. But here, without doing anything, simply Oracle is providing UCM, Universal Content Management. Simply say load files into UCM, Universal Content Management. Then populate data into open interfaces. Okay, open interfaces from UCM. Whatever the data, first we'll be loading the files into UCM. From there we can populate the data into interface, then import data into base tables. Done. That's all. So all just what we have to do is, first we have to download the template, no need to prepare. Once we collect the data, within the template there will be an option to convert into CSV. Then after doing that, we'll be just loading that files into UCM by using standard program. I mean, so some request we'll be having request. We have to submit the request. System will be asking to select the file to load into UCM. There will provide this file is belongs to which account, means which application related file. We'll select and will upload into that. Okay, just program we have to submit. From kind of how we submit the programs or reports from SRS window in EBS, the same way here we'll be submitting. Once we're done with that, to populate the data from UCM to open interfaces, we have to submit one more program, one more request. Then we'll run the standard request to import the data to base table. This is how it is simple in Fusion environment. Now when you are working on the Fusion applications, think you may not require technical consultant. So other point news is the most of the technical people are now converting into functional. Okay, that kind of competition we are going to see now in the market. Okay, even DBS also, I have seen some people, it's not like just I have intention to say, I have seen the people who has a background of Oracle DBA, apps DBA, they are planning to learn some HCM or procurement or finance based on their background, educational background. Because for DBS also there is no great job they are going to see in the Fusion environment. Reason, most of the clients are going with the cloud. If clients are going with the cloud, everything will be managed by Oracle team only, Oracle experts. Now, if client is going with the on-premise, then DBS are required for Fusion. Otherwise, no DBA is required in any project. Now, the technical people and DBA who are working technical aspects, those people are switching to Fusion-related functional courses that they started doing. I can see many people. Okay, anyway, that is secondary point. Just this is the point we have to understand. This is how that conversion can be done in the Fusion environment. Anyway, just we'll see that how to do that. We'll take some set of data, supplier load, etc. We'll do that. Okay. So this is this is how we'll be doing that. I mean, what I can say, like data conversion in the Fusion environment. If anybody has any question on this, you can ask me. Any questions on this data conversion? This is how this is how simple process which we have to follow in the Fusion. If anybody has question on this, you can ask me.
Lakshman Vidyasagar.
Yeah, please.
Here, populate data into open interface. Interface is something like a predefined program or.
See, interface. See, you know, interface in the sense interface only. Like, what is the some interface tables we have, right? I'm sorry because you are taking the meaning here different. Let me include interface tables.
Okay, you mean to say interface tables, staging tables.
Yes, exactly. Staging tables, not staging tables. Here we are not going to have staging tables. These are, say, we have for payables invoices, payables open invoice interface, right? That interface table. If I talk about, if you talk about supplier open interface, that's it. I'm talking about tables which are standard and seeded with respect to application.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions? So, any other questions on this, please?
Hi, Lakshman. So, does that mean that the web ADI templates are now replaced with, this kind of OERs?
No, not web ADI templates. For web ADI template place, we got some other templates called as ADFDI. That also will be discussing. That purpose is different. ADFDI we have ADFDI templates we have now as a ADFDI. Web ADI templates we have as a ADFDI. Okay. These templates altogether new. This template we call as FBDI templates, file-based data import templates. That will see detail level. The web ADI place we have ADFDI. These templates are completely new templates, data templates which will create. Those templates here we call as FBDI templates, means file-based data import templates. Is it clear?
I have a question. So does that mean that I cannot use these templates, which is file-based templates for loading assets into fixed assets model, for example?
You can use any templates, but purpose-wise, see, if you are doing day-to-day business transaction, for that you will be using the ADFDA templates. And if you want to load bulk data in one go, when you do the data conversions, we will be using FBDA.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
You can use. There is no restriction. It's all about just getting the data into target data system. That's all. You can use any templates for any purpose, but purpose-wise, they given. This is how they give. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks. Any other questions? Fine. no question in the sense, we'll move on to the next step. So this is all about data conversion. The next point here remaining is the our course content. Okay, our course content. So basically in our course, okay, we'll be covering Oracle Fusion, general ledger application, and Oracle Fusion accounts payable, and Oracle Fusion accounts receivable, Oracle Fusion cash management, Oracle Fusion fixed assets. Primarily these are the application we'll be covering. Along with that, I'll be just covering Oracle Fusion purchasing, Oracle Fusion tax, Oracle Fusion expense. Okay, and on top of it, we'll be just working on Oracle functional setup manager. If you want to do any configuration for any application, this is the application we have to use. This is the environment we use, which we call as functional setup manager, simply we call as FSM. So with the Oracle functional setup manager only, you can do all the setups. We'll be discussing more about it in the next session. So we'll be learning, we'll be working on this. We'll go through all the features, whatever we have for general ledger, accounts payables, receivables. We'll do the system configuration, and we have a concepts where future specific setups will do, and we'll be testing. Okay, all this. When I talk about purchasing, we'll complete all the basic configuration. We'll complete approvals related. Okay, when I talk about GL, we have listed. We have a course content. Hope everybody received. Otherwise, then we will be sending after the session. GL side, what are the features we'll be covering? Just already we mentioned the course content, that we'll see that. And from payables, we'll see all the different type of invoices, payments, and different features, whatever we have in the pay as a part of payables, and the payables related invoice approvals, which we can set through BPM. All will do it in receivables related function, cash management, fixed assets, same way. Purchasing side, we'll see the purchasing related basic configuration, and we'll create the purchase order. For purchase order, we'll see the approvals, how we can set up by using the BPM, and we'll create the invoice by matching with the PO. The Fusion tax is nothing but e-business tax as per EBS. Here we are calling as simply Fusion tax. For Fusion point of, I'll be showing the tax. Fusion tax point of, I'll be showing the basic configuration for Fusion tax R2R flow, and we'll just pass on invoice and payables, where system will calculate the tax that we'll see. And Fusion expense, I cannot show the process here since we have some bug which cannot be resolved in this environment. I'll show you that. I'll outline the setups, which setups need to be done for Fusion expense. So that's what we'll be doing. Apart from that, anyway, BPM, OAM, IDM, all these, what are the other areas which we have to touch when we are working on this functional application, that definitely will come across. Okay, if any other area of knowledge we require related to this, definitely those also will go through that. We hope everything we mentioned in the spreadsheet, you can go through it. Anyway, once again, we are going to share the same spreadsheet to all the guys who are attending the session. You can go through that once again, then you can come back to us. Okay, so this is what we just planned for demo for today. If apart from these, whatever you want to understand which is not covered in this demo, those questions you can post anyway. Now we can discuss on those points. Any questions from your side regarding this course or anything? And one more point here is, so this course just we are going to conduct as weekend batch. Okay, weekend batch, every day will be having 2 hours. Maybe after 2 weekends, I'll be extending to 3 to 4 hours also, based on you people approvals. Okay, I'll check with you guys. If you people are okay to attend on the Saturday, Sunday more than 2 hours, that can be 3 hours, 4 hours, I can do that. But I can do that after 2 weeks, not this weekend and the next weekend. This and next weekend we have to ignore. From coming third weekend, I can do that more than 2 hours if you are interested. And each session we will record and we'll be sharing with everyone, so that will be there with you forever for our future reference. And along with this course, we'll be providing some documentation also, which will cover complete finance, really including fusion tax or expense, etc., etc. All other system configuration document will be providing, which will be in, I think, around 1,000 pages or etc. All configuration information you can find within the document, and we are just giving instance access for 3 months. Okay, if you go through this course, and I will be getting instance access for 3 months. So these are the points just I want to share with you. When you are practicing on that instance, if you have some issues, you can contact us. We'll be available. Okay, we can just work on that. Or after this, if you are going to work on any project also, it's not like just I'm giving some word and all. Okay, if you are working on the project, if you need some support which can be done by us, which is within the scope or our available time, definitely we'll be there to help you on that. So these are the just points just I want to share with you. If you have any questions regarding this course or anything else, you can ask me. We'll discuss. Okay. If no questions, you can wind up the session. Yeah, please.
Lakshman, this is Jenny here.
Jenny, please.
See, I'm from the previous batch, and the sessions.
I remember. Yeah, tell me just.
Yeah. So I will be continuing with the session, and you're going to share me all these sessions recordings as well, right?
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So I just want to continue in this batch.
Sure, you can. That's what we discussed earlier, right? Fine.
Right, Lakshman. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Kumar, do you have any questions?
Regarding TBD, transactional account builder, I just want to know, like in EBS, we'll have accounts like API accrual account will be picked automatically.
Yeah.
So just want to know whether this course includes that TBD, transactional account builder.
Yeah, that will be covering when we are working on purchasing. When we are working on purchasing, we'll see that how to set up that. We have to define the rules, otherwise it won't fetch automatically. We'll just light on that. When you create the PO, it has to fetch the relevant accounts. It cannot be fetched automatically. You cannot create the PO also without doing that setup. Okay, that setup, required setup, which is required for PO creation and all, will be doing, where we'll be going and we'll be creating that account rules, and we'll be mapping with respect to functions. Finally, that will be assigning to our primary ledger, so that it will start picking up the entries for respect to primary ledger. That will do it.
Okay, thank you, Lakshman.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions? Fine. If no questions, okay, we can wind up the session for today, and tomorrow we'll just connect short 9 o'clock. Okay. So it's not like just demo. Yeah, please.
How long it will take to complete this course? It will take only on weekends?
Weekends means, just see, total it would be 40 to 45 hours. It depends, like if I'm finding some questions from you guys, it will be extended to 45 or 50 hours. If I'm not getting any questions, it may be completed hardly core hours of 40 hours. I can see previous batches, few batches I complete with 40 plus hours, 50 hours, more than 50 hours also. But content remains same, but depending on participants, the time will be increased or decreased also.
Okay.
Yep.
So it will take around 1.5 hours.
Yes. Let's take the tentative time, that as a tentative time. Yes, 1.5 months or less than or more than. So that's what I said, to complete it as soon as possible, since weekend batches. Okay, so just we will be ready to take the sessions for more than 2 hours. That will be planning from maybe third weekend. This current first and the next weekend also not possible. From third weekend, I'll be available to take 4 hours the morning session. If you people are okay, or else at least for 3 hours. That depends. We'll check with all the guys who are going to get finalized.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Lakshman.
Yeah, please.
Hey, Lakshman, this is Jitin here. 4 or 5 hours will not really work for me.
No. See, I'm not saying that. That will definitely discuss. Let's finalize with the guys.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to say for sure it's going to be 3-4 hours or 5 hours. It's a tentative. Actual schedule is 2 hours only. If all people says okay, then we'll see. Otherwise, let's treat it as a 2 hours, not an issue.
Yeah, I mean.
Lakshman.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, apart from this weekend session, isn't there any other regular sessions, yet to start, within a short period of time?
Regular sessions, no, maybe not now. It takes some time, because already we are running the regular batches. Even if we are going to start regular session also, that would be morning 7 o'clock IST.
And that is okay. Fine. Time is not thing, not an important, not
Yeah, yeah.
important.
Soon we'll be starting regular sessions early morning 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. IST. Maybe in
So regular session means how much be the duration? I mean per day. So 2 hours or
2 hours,
1 hour?
2 hours, 2 hours.
2 hours.
1 hour, nothing. Just what we can start and close. Nothing can be covered within 1 hour. So just it would be 2 hours, 7 to 9.
Okay. So short period means I mean within how many weeks or days I can expect
So
regular session?
regular in the sense within the month itself you can complete it. It won't take more than that.
Okay, within the month I can complete.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you mean to say in another 2 weeks you are going to start this regular session?
Yeah, that's what we are planning.
Okay. So it takes 2 weeks time.
Yeah, max two
If I
weeks.
want a regular session.
Yeah, max two
Okay. If
weeks.
I want to go for regular session.
And one more point here is as a note, we could, I mean, when we have to find the guys, like depending on the people who are ready to attend the session, then only we'll be planning. And just what we are planning, I'm sharing with you. If we can find the guys within the 2 weeks, we'll be starting. If we find the people within week, we'll be starting week. Otherwise, it may be 3 weeks or 1 month also. I cannot promise on that. So we'll wait and see. Once we get the people, we'll be starting. That's how we do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be giving update to everybody. We'll be sharing that new batch schedules to everyone who are in touch with us.
Hey, Lakshman.
Yeah.
Yeah, do let me know about the 7:30 batch. I mean, the 7:30 a.m. IST batch.
Sure. Yeah, I'll be updating.
Okay.
I'll update that. Fine. Any questions? Fine. Done. Seems to no more questions. So we can wind up the session for today. Thanks for joining this session and thanks for your time. Have a good day and good night. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thanks.